Good morning to you. This is Awini Baba coming to you from the northern region of Ghana. Please like our videos, comment, and share. You can also subscribe to the channel so we keep these conversations going. This morning, I'd like us to look at uh, rice production and all the issues surrounding rice production, and to try to push further the question of why are we importing rice? Why is Ghana importing rice at this time? Why are we doing it when we have the potential to produce enough for local consumption and for export? We're importing rice mainly from Asia, India, Vietnam, and so on. Why is this the case? If we want to create jobs, if we want to, improve our economy, increase revenue generation, why is Ghana, and for that matter, a lot of countries in Africa, I'm informed Nigeria has taken a major step to, toward local production of rice, and I congratulate Nigeria for doing that. I'm hoping Ghana will follow suit, and we can begin to clamp down on this needless importation spree that is bleeding our currency and causing, balance of trade issues. So if you look at our unemployment situation in Ghana, uh, it mostly hovers around 6%, right? But one aspect of the employment situation that is not often highlighted is the underemployment. For instance, you have a graduate, from the agricultural college in Yampala here, who, works at a shop or something, um, and he's working less hours than he was trained to work. That's underemployment, you know. And there's a report by the Ghana Statistical Service, the Ghana Living Standards Survey report, I think round 6, that suggests that 1/3 of our active labor force is underemployed, and they qualify this underemployment or define the underemployment as the number of percentage of working people who work less than 35 hours a week. Now it's very interesting because you can have low unemployment but high underemployment, which still means that there's a huge part of the labor force that is being underutilized. And this has a negative effect on the overall performance of the economy and, by extension, living conditions. Right? So this rice crop and its production should be looked at within that context, as having the potential to employ millions of people, right? So if you look at uh, the areas that grow rice in Ghana, the northern sector takes up majority of that, right? And I think the forest zone and some parts, I'm informed in Volta region there's rice production, but mostly the northern sector is the driver or the leader in this rice production. But the number of hectares that are currently under production is woefully, below the potential number of hectares. If you look at the statistics, and you can refer to MOFA data, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, the northern sector alone, or the Savannah zone, can potentially utilize about 9 million hectares for the production of rice. However, we currently only use about 240,000 hectares. We're not even using up to half of a million. We're now utilizing half of a million of the land that has potential to grow rice. And I gave you the figures, hovering around 9.2 million hectares. So it means that we are underproducing. And it's no wonder that when you take a look at the statistics of our rice consumption, our rice is a staple in Ghana. Virtually everybody consumes rice in Ghana. Now, in 2017, Ghana consumed 1.3 million tons of rice. 1.3 million tons of rice. That's what we consume. Now, out of this consumption, we produced about 720,000, right? Averaging about 47%. So it means that Ghana is producing only about 47% of the demand for rice. That's a huge area where jobs could be created if we take the industry serious, or that sector very serious. We are bleeding this country dry and causing our city to fall against major currencies such as the dollar, because it cost us 1.2 billion every year to import rice, mainly from Asia, Vietnam, India, and so on. Right? Now, this issue needs to be addressed. We need to plug the holes in this, area. So, if you look at the unemployment situation and you compare that to the number of people who are employed directly in the agri sector, if you come to northern Ghana, for instance, about 78% of the active population in the northern sector of Ghana are engaged in agriculture. Right now, imagine the potential that this has for job creation and poverty reduction for this area, which is the poorest in Ghana. So, by and large, I think that there's no excuse. Personally, I think that there's no excuse for not taking advantage of this opportunity to grow more rice. I mean, there are people raise legitimate issues of the quality of the locally produced rice. Now, once there's political will, all this can be taken care of, right? I mean, the government, there's nothing stopping the government from getting directly involved in all the processes leading to, rice production, or the final phase where you find it on the shelf. There's nothing, honestly, preventing the government from doing this. If only the governments that come and go will look at this seriously in a non-partisan manner and empower, for instance, the banks to give financing to young people who want to go into rice production. Now, this can also be linked to the technical expertise area, and MOFA is there, Food and Agriculture, uh, 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 you know, Ministry is there to offer the technical advice to young farmers who want to go into this. If you look at the value addition, or you look at the value chain, there are a lot of jobs to be created in that area. From the farming to harvesting, the production, processing, packaging. You can imagine the number of factories that can be opened in this area, and then government would need to put stricter measures on the importation of rice. For instance, a tactic that uh, governments across the world do is to increase the tariffs on rice that is imported, and that would give the locally produced rice an upper hand, a competitive advantage, right? I remember around the end of last year, there was this whole, fuss about, consuming locally produced rice. Now, that whole fuss has fizzled down, and we're back to business as usual. Government needs to put in place a comprehensive rice sector development plan that brings on board young, energetic, enthusiastic people to produce this commodity, create jobs, reduce poverty, among others. Now, some people are also worried, importers are worried that they're going to lose their jobs if the country does this, or if Ghana and other African countries. Nobody is going to lose anything, because if the rice production is being done locally and we can produce the types of grains that are brought from Vietnam and so on, we can import these grains and grow them ourselves. We can destone, and do good processing of rice to come out with, the same quality that is being imported. I mean, it's mostly the use of machines that bring out this quality, and the mechanization processes that go into that, right? It's mostly the use of these things. Now, these can be provided if there's serious commitment of government and sections of the private sector. Now, the private sector will feel reluctant to come in if there's no assurance given that what we produce would be, marketable, at least within Ghana and Africa for that. So government can reassure investors by saying, okay, here's what I'll do. I'm going to create the enabling environment for you by, placing these tariffs on importation to raise the price of imported rice and give you a competitive edge. I mean, this can be done across so many sectors. I'll do another one on poultry, for instance, and why Ghana is importing poultry. There's no need for that, right? So people who are worried that they're going to lose their jobs as importers can get new jobs in the value chain, within the value chain, as suppliers of rice within Ghana and the sub-region and other parts of Africa. They can become, mass processors of rice. They can sell rice seeds for production. I mean, the potential is huge. So please, what we need now, and I'm referring to Ghana, is for the youth interested in this rice sector, you know, boost or production thing, because it has huge potential for creation of jobs, is to come together, put together a proposal and approach government institutions, MOFA, and this is election year. I mean, demand to meet uh, aspirants, presidential aspirants, and so on, and talk to private investors. So I want to keep these videos short. I don't want to, talk too much, but suffice it to say that number one, rice is a very important crop in Ghana and Africa. Secondly, uh, it's being underutilized. Thirdly, the potential for reducing unemployment is huge, yet it's not being exploited. So I hope to talk to you again. You can send your comments. Let's have a further discussion on this and see how we can move forward. Thank you very much. Bye.